Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, as well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise I am not on my normal computer. My normal computer has had a complete fit today. It had a complete fit about a month ago, and then yesterday it started crashing. Today I ran some stress tests on it, and then it really started to crash, and it has emerged that the RAM on my computer is degrading. It has errors that are emerging from the RAM, and that might be the reason the computer keeps crashing. And apparently there's a worldwide shortage of RAM, so I have ordered some new RAM. I'm not sure when it's quite going to arrive, but I am obviously desperate. I was thinking about this, the start of the first COVID lockdown. When was that? That was around 2020, early 2020 maybe. So it's been 5 years since we've been doing 2 videos a day without fail. And I definitely do not intend for that not to continue today. So I am on my laptop. I might have a bit of a different look as a result. I've plugged in my normal microphone, so I'm hoping the sound will be okay. Now the laptop, obviously, there is a fan associated with it, which you probably don't hear when I'm on my actual desktop. So there might be a little bit of different background noise today, and for that I obviously apologise. I also apologise in that we were going to be trying to stream more blueprints tomorrow, and I just don't think that's going to be possible. No, not tomorrow, Sunday night. I've lost track of everything. I will investigate whether or not I think that's going to be possible or not, but leave that one with me. Anyway, what are we going to be trying to do? What are we going to be trying to do in this video? I'm going to try and solve Crossroads on Another World by Jeff Wajes. Jeff Wajes is one of these astonishing constructors whose brains operate on a different level to the rest of us. Always interesting. This one has got, what are these? Are these 10 lines? Let me just have a grey lines, 10 lines. Yeah, we'll read the rules properly in a moment or two's time. Apparently it's about 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, but we had a couple of recommendations to look at this already. Apparently it is rather brilliant, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to tackling it. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to not thinking about breaking computers. I've had an literally, what time is it now? It's 4:30, and I sat down at my computer at around 9 o'clock this morning, and I have not been able to do anything other than stress test computers and look at the thing resetting itself. So that's a lot of hours today that have gone begging. Anyway, what can I tell you about before we kick off? I can tell you that Mark did the crossword video this morning, which of course I missed. I was very disappointed. It was a James McGackie puzzle, and it was very good. I did do it, but I did it without the pressure of doing the live solve. So there's a crossword video on the channel from earlier on. Do have a look at that. And if you really like crosswords, you must look at the Peter Svidler video from earlier this week, where I got to solve a puzzle with Peter Svidler. My goodness me, what a thrill that was. What else is going on? Can I? Oh, yeah, I've got the page to look at. Oh my goodness, that's just going to be totally wrong, isn't it? I don't even know if you can see that. And this will be a new count as well. This is the count from Patreon at the moment for the. Maybe will it let me drag that down? Maybe it'll let me do that. There we go. And then I could move it that way, couldn't I? So this is the competition running on Patreon at the moment. Do join us over there. It's a couple of bucks a month. It's our Sudoku club. We pop all sorts of extra content over there, including at the start of each month these Sudoku hunts. This one is 13 puzzles long, with a chance to help Mole sort out his advent calendar. And if you're familiar with The Wind in the Willows, you will recognise the titles of these chapters, and that's what we named the puzzles after. So it's really cool. Lots of days left if you'd like to get involved. And yeah, that's over on Patreon right now. Now, I've got a couple of birthdays to do today as well. Let me look at my list. It's weird. Normally I have to put my head in different places. Anyway, Luca, you've turned 20. And I know this because your partner Freya wrote to me. And Luca, I understand that you solved your first puzzle just recently under Freya's tutelage. So Freya, thank you for spreading the word about cracking the cryptic and these wonderful, wonderful puzzles that we get to try. Luca, I hope you had a brilliant birthday, and I hope the chocolate cake was, of course, heavily iced and very fine. And another birthday for Sally. Sally's amazing. Sally watches a lot of our videos. I think Sally came second in the recent sort of YouTube summaries of how many videos people have watched in a year from different channels. Sally had watched 1,330 cracking the cryptic videos this year. Isn't that incredible? Anyway, Sally, your sister Anne wrote to me to say, could I wish you a happy birthday? Anne is better known in Sudoku circles as Prof Meow. So you may have tried a Prof Meow puzzle or two if you're over on the Discord server. And it's been a good year for Sally, actually. Medalled in the World Kung Fu Championships in the women's single weapon routine. That's fantastic, isn't it? That I think I saw a bit. Was that over in Thailand? It was. I saw pictures of that, Sally, didn't I? I want to say it was over in Thailand. I might. It was Southeast Asia, I'm sure it was, but I may have got the country wrong. Anyway, Sally, I hope obviously you have a brilliant birthday. I hope the chocolate cake is mighty fine. And that is all the news. Why don't we have a look at Crossroads on Another World by Jeff Wages. Jeff, distract me, please. These are the rules of the puzzle. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So I've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Adjacent digits along a green line must differ by at least 5. So we've only got one green line today. So if this digit's a 1, then the adjacent digit here would have to be 6, 7, 8, or 9 in order to be sufficiently different from the digit 1. Digits along a pink line must form a non-repeating group of consecutive digits. They may appear in any order along the line. Right, so if this was a 1, then this line would have to contain the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because it has to be a consecutive set without repeats. But what it doesn't have to do is sort of be in order like this, so we can mix it up, although what we must ensure is that the digits are all different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be a way of filling the pink line at the top. There's only one more rule. Each grey line can be divided into segments of contiguous cells where the digits in each segment sum to 10. These segments cannot overlap, and every cell is part of exactly one segment. Digits may freely repeat along grey lines and within sums. So let's look at this one. So if this was an 8, this would have to be a 2 in order to make a segment that could sum to 10. Because obviously if we put 1 here, then we'd be on a count of 9, and we'd have to put another 1 in to get to 10, and that won't work. But these 10 sums can be brutal. So you could do things like this, double 5. You could have very long strings. I don't know what might be possible here, but yeah, I mean this is crazy, isn't it? You could actually, this 5-cell line could actually be just a single 10 sum. 6 there plus 1 is 7, and quite easily it could quite easily be a single 10 sum. Anyway, there are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, so we've got lots of combs in the grid, haven't we? Oh, okay. Well, I say okay. I mean, I can see one thing as a result of that. Don't actually know if it's going to be useful, but I'll say it. So these combs that we've got, these are all 2-cell segments that sum to 10. And the only thing that immediately occurs to me about that is that you can't put 5 in, therefore, in any of these cells, can you? Because if we were to put 5 in any of those cells, we'd have to put a second 5. For example, if this is 5, that would have to be another 5, and that's going to break Sudoku. So in boxes 2, 6, 4, and 8, The 5 is going to be confined to the perimeter. So I don't know if this is worth doing, but I will just do it. So 5 in boxes 1, 3, 7 and 9 is going to be in a 2 by 2. Jeez, that's making me think about set. That's probably not relevant, but let me just... It's not Fistimofel, or it's not that thing that extends Fistimofel. So there's the original Fistimofel idea. I don't even know why I'm saying this. I'm sure it isn't. Well, I'm not certain it isn't, but it probably isn't. Which says that these 16 green cells are the same digits as these 16 purple cells around the middle box. Looks like my colours are slightly different today on my laptop. But there is an expanded version of Fistimofel which says that it's something like these cells are the same. So we've got 16 there. Is it these? I think it's these. Those cells are the same. Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, it might be relevant, but I don't see why. I mean, in fact, it really doesn't seem to have added to the wealth of knowledge that we had before we even thought about Fistimofel. So let's move swiftly on. I mean, we've got a 5-cell Renban here. A 5-cell Renban does have to have a 5 on it, because this is a set of consecutive digits. Even if we started with the lowest possible Sudoku digit, which is a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'd hit 5, wouldn't we? And if we started from the highest digit, 9, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, we'd hit 5 on a 5-cell sequence. So there is a 5 in one of those cells, but I don't think I know where it goes. I mean, it's quite interesting to note that if it was in either of these wing cells, because it couldn't repeat on the line, in box 3 it would have to go there. So if either of these is a 5, this would be a 5. Don't see how to do that. Golly gosh, what is it then? Sorry, I'm sure there's something very obvious here. Well, it could be the green line. I've not really thought about that yet. Let's have a quick think about that. So what do we know about green lines? I mean, actually, one of the things we know about green lines has been taken away from us, really, because a green line can never contain a 5, because, of course, the next digit adjacent to the 5 would have to be at least 5 different from it, and there are no such Sudoku digits that meet that criteria. So no 5s on green lines, but we already knew that from the comb shape. So what happens along green lines is you get this oscillating effect. Because 5 can't go on the line, every digit on a green line either has the property of being below 5 or above 5. Oh, my keyboard's a different size on the laptop. And the important thing to realise is, let's imagine this was above 5. This couldn't also be above 5, because these two can't be 5 apart. They could only be 3 apart, maximum, if they were 6 and 9. So what happens along these lines is you get this oscillating effect. So whatever the sort of polarity is... Oh, hang on, be careful, Simon. So, I mean, if this cell was low, so would this cell, i.e. lower than 5, so would this cell be, and then these would all be the opposite, they'd all be higher than 5. But then I suppose within their 10 sums, you're going to get the opposite effect, aren't you? So you're going to get sort of a Battenberg. That's quite interesting. Because, and that's, the reason I say that is, imagine this cell was a 3. Then obviously this cell is a 7, so it's from the other side of 5, because we need a digit that sums with 3 to equal 10. So it's going to be 3, 7. And then this would be a high digit, because it has to be at least 5 different from 3. And then this would be a low digit to make the 10 sum. So and that logic is reversible. Obviously, if this is a high digit, then that, then this will be low, this will be low, and this will be low. So we get a Battenberg effect. And the reason that matters is, I don't know, but I mean, I suppose a corollary of noting this, or actually it's just a corollary of the combs themselves, is that these cells at the top, they are going to include the missing, let's call it the missing domino, the missing 10 sum. Because the way you are going to add to 10 with two different Sudoku digits, 1 9, 2 8, 3 7, 4 6. Now 3 of those pairs are on the comb. So the other pair, the missing pair, is going to be accompanying the 5 in the perimeter. I don't know what that means. Probably nothing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure my Battenberg is helping me either. I've got just doing a load of shading that doesn't work. I think I'm about to say my first sensible thing. Well, no, or not, as the case may be. No, okay, I was just noticing that this Renban here hasn't got 5 on it. So this is a 4-cell sequence that doesn't include 5. So it is either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 6, 7, 8, 9. So that must matter, mustn't it? So it's a sort of strange tripod-shaped horse, isn't it? It's got sort of 3 legs and a... So, I don't know. So these are all the same polarity. Oh, that digit's even. Okay. That's probably worth noting. I know that because of a secret. A secret I share with only my very favourite people. If you're watching this video today, you're definitely one of my favourite people. I apologise for the sound quality. I apologise for the stressed nature of Simon. But yeah, I share the secret with my favourite people. If you're watching this video, you're definitely one of them. The secret is that that whole box there, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9, once each. And if you add the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. And 45 is an odd number. And why does that matter? Well, I think it does matter because actually I know the sum of those digits. They must sum to 30. Each of these is a 10 domino. And then a pair of consecutive digits, which is what this Renban must contain, are going to add to an odd number. So I know those 8 cells there sum to an odd number. So for the whole box to add to an odd number, this must not be 5. That must be an even number. And now 5 is on. Yeah, that's okay. So I know what this digit, well, I don't know what it is, but I know roughly what it is. Because now this Renban must contain 5 and a 4 or a 6 to be a consecutive pair. But we know from the work we've done earlier that the comb contains 3 different pairs that sum to 10. Well, it can't contain the 4-6 pair now in this box, because then this would have to be double 5, and that won't work. So the 4-6 pair is the missing pair, and that means this digit is 4 or 6. Now, can that be 5? Well, actually it can, can't it? It can't be 5 if this is 6, because that would add to 11, but if that's 4 and that's 5 and that's 1, that would work. Oh, actually, this being 4 or 6 has taken away the ability of that line to be just a one contiguous string, adding to 10 only. Because when we looked at that, I think I did a 1 here and a 1, 2, 3 triple there. So 7 is the minimum for those 4 cells, which would have required this to be a 3 if the whole sequence was just one segment. And that can't be a 3 anymore. So So what that means is, it means that can't be 4, 6. I mean, oh, actually, that's interesting. Hang on, let's think about the. No. I was just wondering. Actually, what I was wondering is totally. Oh well. No, it's totally bogus. I was thinking 4 and 6 are quite difficult numbers to put on green lines. And the reason for that is they can only accompany one Sudoku digit each. So a 4 can only accompany a 9. It's the only Sudoku digit that's at least 5 different from it. A 6 can only accompany a 1. Now what that means is, for example, this cannot be 4, 6. Because this digit would have the same digit on both sides of it. This can't be 4, 6. We know that can't be 4, 6. Because of this. That would be a 4, 6 pair. So 4 and 6 in box 6 are in a V pentomino. I think this could be 4, 6. And then this would have to be. So imagine that was 4. This would be a 9, and this would be a 1, 9 pair. So 4. Yeah, the other thing I did note was that that could be a 4 or a 6, annoyingly. Because that could have a 9 on both sides, and these two 9s wouldn't actually see each other, would they? Because they're in different boxes and rows and columns. So ooh, here's a okay. Here's a weird point. No, it's not possible. Right. Imagine that. This might be important. 4 and 6 are difficult to put on the cones in where the whispers are involved. But there must be at least one 4 or 6 on the cones. Because imagine that there was no 4 and no 6 in those cells. That's going to break it's going to break the Renban, I think. Well, it sort of breaks box 3. Because imagine this is 4, 5, 6. And this is 4, 5, 6. So we don't put 4, 6 on either comb. Well, where are we putting 4, 5, and 6 in this box now? And, well, I suppose the simple way to see that is those two digits. Where are they going in box 3? They can't repeat on their own line. 4, 5, and 6 can't go in any of those cells. These two cells here can't go in those. So the only cell available is this one. But I can't, these have to be different from one another because they're on a pink line. So I can't put both of them in that cell. It wouldn't work. So, I don't quite know what that means, but I think that might mean something. Let's just think that through. So, at least one of these cones in boxes 2 and 6 has a 4, 6 pair on it. So if that was 4, 6, this would be 1, 9. And if this was not 4, 6, then there would be a 4, 5, 6 triple here, and then we'd have to put a 4 or a 6 in there, which couldn't go there. Could go here, I think. This would be a 1, 9, and it might be able to go there as well. No, I don't know. That felt like it was sort of putting pressure on, didn't it? So if that is not 4, 6, then one of these is. Oh. I tell you something that I've just noticed, which is totally obvious, but I haven't thought about it yet. That's weird. That's a weird thought I've just had, and I quite like it. Actually, I'm starting to really love it. Hang on a moment. Let me just think about this. Yeah, this is important. Okay, I suddenly thought about digits in the middle box and where they go, or what they can be. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know that I am quite fond of saying if you get 4 digits looking into a single box of the puzzle, you can always place that digit in that box. So imagine you had, I don't know, imagine those digits were all the same. There are 4 digits looking into the middle box. So we can always place the digit in the middle box. Where can we place it? It's going to be here, isn't it, by Sudoku? But I just noticed that's a bit tricky here. If you had the same kind of 10 domino, you can't put the same kind of 10 domino. Let's just extend what we just did. You can't do this. Because although those 4, for example, I mean, obviously each of these dominoes, let's imagine this was a 2-8 pair. Let's actually fill it in so we can see it for ourselves. I don't know that those are both 2s, but I obviously know that 2 is looking along each of these lines, don't I? So that's going to be a 2. But obviously I also know that 8 is being plonked into that very same square by the same logic, and that's not going to work. Now, I think that actually matters, believe it or not, because what I then thought is, hang on. How do you populate all of these combs then? Because what we're effectively doing is, let's think about this mathematically. We've got 1 9, 2 8, 3 7, and 4 6, and we're saying that any one of those pairs can only go on 3 combs, but there are 12 combs. So each pair is going on 3 combs. It must do. Because otherwise you're going to have to put, in order to fill 12 comb tongs, what's the name for a thing off a comb? I don't actually know. I'm tine. Is it a tine or is that for a fork? I'm not sure. But obviously, if we're going to fill 12 and we've got a cap of 3 on any individual pair, then all 4 pairs are going to have to appear 3 times. And that's really interesting. Don't joke. I'm not in the mood for jokes about me at parties. No. Today I would be so bad. I mean, normally I'm quite bad at parties, but today I'd be so bad. I could talk to you about gigabytes and megahertz and how many RAM modules that you had to plug into a motherboard. Oh my goodness, it would be scintillating. But putting that to one side, this is quite cool actually, because I know 4 6. This is really cool. I know 4 and 6 are not on these combs here, but I know they have to appear 3 times on combs. So I know this box, and this box do have a 4 and a 6 on their comb. And in this box, where does the 4 6 go? It's got to be on the comb. So actually I've got a real deduction there. That's given me a digit. Because that's got to be a 5 now. That's a whole digit I've earned. How long has that taken? Half an hour. Okay, so this is 1, 9 now by German whispers logic. But surely, yes, yes. Now this is beautiful, because before I noticed that even if you had to put 4 and 6 in box 2, you could have put them there. Well, now you can't, because if this is 4, 6, what's this digit? It would have to be a 1 or a 9, and it can't be. So that's not 4, 6. That's not 4, 6, because imagine this was 4, you get 2 9s around it. So this is a 4, 6. And, oh no, okay, so 4 and 6, we know they're on the comb down here, but we don't know where. So this, okay, so this is 2, 8 or 3, 7. And this is 2, 3, 7, 8, and a 5 will go in and live in there. Now, okay, so this is a 1, 9 because it is. Oh yeah. Now how many 1s and 9s have I got on the combs? And the answer is I've got 3, because I've got 1 there. Actually, we should colour these, shouldn't we? That's going to be very sensible. So let's give these colours when we find them. Yeah, I've got 1 here, and in this box there's a 1, 9 pair. I don't know where it goes. I suppose I know it's not there, but it's in one of those. So that means that this one can't have a 1, 9 pair. So this at the bottom of the grid is 1, 5, 9. And that one is not 1 or 9. So that is 5. This is a beautiful puzzle, isn't it? It's really simple. I think there'll be people who sort of go in the comments and say, well, obviously, it was totally obvious what to do at the start. Well, but it wasn't for me. I'd never really thought to ask the obvious question. Why is my watch buzzing at me? Hopefully it's nothing to do with RAM. Right, whichever one of these is a 9 can't go with the 5. So one of those squares is a 1. That is a truth. One of these cells is a 1. Yeah, and on the other side, so imagine this was 9 and this was 1, and they were like a pair. Then the other side, it would be 5, 1, and then this digit would be low, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is really important. Right. Because I think what we're being told here is the nature of this line, which we haven't thought about for a little while, but let's turn our attention to it again now. We know that this Renban it doesn't have 5 on it. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, or it's 6, 7, 8, 9. But I know that one of these digits here, in these two positions, one of these two digits is a 1, accompanying the 9, and one of the two digits, it can't be a 1 because it's going to have a 1 looking at it, but it can't be any bigger because there's going to be a 5 and a 1 in the bottom row that have to get up to 10 so the next digit on the line is not going to be able to be 1 by Sudoku, so it's going to be a 2, 3 or a 4. Now whichever one of so actually these can't be 5, that's one thing we could say, but they are 1, 2, 3 or 4. But the point is that the one that's 2, 3 or 4, where's it going in this box? It's going on the line, isn't it? So what is this line? It's got to be low digits. This is a low line, and that's not 4, and that's not 1. So these digits they're high. They're not 9, they're 6, 7, 8. And that isn't 6. And that isn't 1. And that isn't 1. These are definitely not involving 6 anymore, are they? 6 is in one of these two cells because it's got to go opposite of 4 on its tine. Oh, and that's a 1. Is that right? Seems to be right. Yeah, so that's got to be a 1 to be part of the sequence. And now this is a 9. So now, oh, this is good. This is good. Right, now these digits are 2, 3, 7 and 8 in some order, but look at row 4. I've got loads of 2, 3, 7 and 8, so this digit is a 5 now, and that's on the thingy. And on the thingy is a technical term for being on the pink line here, and therefore that's where 5 goes in box 3. 5 is nearly placed in box 9. 5 is not in these cells. And that's presumably going to matter for some reason I haven't worked out yet. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is good. This is, I have to say, Jeff, you've done it again. This is a brilliant puzzle. The interactions, it's like playful. It's playful logic. Look, that can't be a 1 anymore, but I know there's a 9 in one of these that has to partner a 1. That now has to be on this side of the grid. So this is a 10 sum, which means this goes 5, 1, something. Probably 4 actually, but I'll come back to that because that's now a 1. That's now a 9, and the most exciting thing about this is that's now given us the low hierarchy of the green line, hasn't it? This now has to be 4 to be sufficiently different. This now is low, so that is 2 or 3. So this is then high, which is 7, 8. It can't be 9. Oh, 7, 8 makes sense. 7, 8 makes sense in the context of what's going on. Now this is 2 or 3 to partner up with 7 or 8 and make 10. This digit is therefore low, so that is a 1, that is a 9, and therefore this is a 6 and this is a 4. And all of a sudden we are cooking a little bit with gas, aren't we? We've got some blues around the piece. That's actually a blue cell now. 1 is not on this Remban. So that means 6 is on the Remban, and that's quite a that's quite a good deduction. Where's 6? Because if you can't put 1 on it, it must have a 6 on it, and that 6 has to go here. Ah, that's lovely. So 6 is in one of those 3. This digit has to be opposite a 2 or a 3, so that's a high digit. Oh, I feel like I've got too many 1s and 9s. I must be able to do 1 and 9 in the middle box, mustn't I? I've got 4 9s looking at the middle box. Yeah, that's a 9. And I've got 4 1s looking at the middle box, so that's a 1. Right, so we'll bluify these and make ourselves feel like that's progress. So 4, 6 are very restricted. What about 5? Oh, 5 is really restricted as well. Oh, that's a 4 or a 6. So we can ask where that digit goes. In fact, let's orangify both of those. Where's this specific digit in box 5? It's got to be there. I don't know what it is, but it does have to be there. Right. So now I might come back to that digit actually, because one thing I was wondering about, yeah, that there's a trick with 10 lines. If 10 lines are in the same box, so if these two digits have to be different, they must be part. You can't put 10 into a single cell, so you need at least 2 cells to get to 10. So I know that these two cells are part of the same 10 sum. What I don't know is whether it includes this, but actually it can't include this one here. Because if it includes this one, it includes these two as well. And these, the minimum sum of the three different digits is 6 in Sudoku, and 6 plus 5 plus 1 is more than 10. So what we've got going on here is this one partners up with those to make its own 10 sum, which means this is a 4. And it means these two are, well, they definitely don't have 5 involved in them. Maybe that's all we're going to get from that, and they're not 4, 6. I'm not sure. Can they really be 9, 1? If they were 9, 1, that would be 9, and that would be 1. It's almost is that, because 1 I'm noticing is really restricted in this box. Or, hang on, let's try the same trick in those cells. Again, that must be a 3-cell sequence, mustn't it? I think so, because this needs a 2-cell sequence, that needs at least a 2-cell sequence, that's joining the sequence up. Now, okay, and 5 is one of the digits, definitely. Is that true? Yeah, that seems to be true by Sudoku. So there's a 5 in one of these, plus 2 more digits that are going to add up to 10. So this can't be 7 or 8, which means this digit is 7 or 8, because remember these are a domino that are going to add to 10. So we've got 2 or 3 plus 5. Yeah, this is good, because the digit we're going to add with 5 to a 2 or a 3 to make 10 is another 2 or a 3, and that can't be a 2 or a 3 because it sees a 2, 3, 4 triple. So that digit's going to have to be the 5. This digit is a 2 or a 3. These two digits are now different from one another, because they have to add up to 5 sort of independently. So that digit is one of those two digits, which is in row 8, which might matter. And now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Okay, so what do I need in this row? I need 2, 3, 5. Hang on, where's 5 in this row? Sorry, that's been available forever. Oh, no, it hasn't been available forever. I forgive myself. Because it's only been available since this became a 5. 5 can't go here. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. I'm wrong. No, because that could have been a 5 before. But 5 seems to have to be here now. That seems to be a truth we have discovered. So 5 is now in this cell, which is probably going to matter at the top. 5, oh, bobbins. Okay, nearly mattered, but I've just found a new 10 sum here by Sudoku. How many 5s have I got in the grid? Lots. Yes, I can get another 5 in the middle box. That's a 5. And that means this isn't a 5. It means that my 4, 6 pair is actually now, oopsie, it's in these cells, look. Which means that green digit is now that digit by Sudoku, of all things. It's outrageous being made to do Sudoku in Sudoku puzzles. I've got a 2, 3. Oh, that's quite good. So this is red now, because that one had to go there, I think, by Sudoku. But we know these two are different, so I know that that's red. So I now know. And it then appeared that my microphone cut out, so I'm going to attempt to just talk you through the end of this solve, such as it was, and by looking at the footage and resurrecting what I was saying at the time. I'm so sorry about this. I really promise you I'm doing my best. And okay, so what am I doing here? Oh, I'm noticing that 4 and 6 have to go in a specific domino in box number 8 there, look. And the general strategy I started to adopt now is to try and colour these 2s, 3s, 7s and 8s against each other. And that I think that was pretty crucial. It's funny actually looking at it now as I'm watching it. I'm thinking, why can't you see that, Simon? Why can't you see exactly what to do now? But look at me. So what am I looking at here? I might be. Oh, I know one thing that I was considering. Row 8, I think, is quite an interesting row at this point. And in fact, look, I've just noticed it. So I managed to work out that this cell has to be a 2 or a 3 and a light green 2 or a 3. And because it's on a 2-cell segment that sums to 10, we can actually colour row 5, column 9, which we know is part of a 10 domino, the same as row 7, column 2. That seems to give me a 1 there in box number 7. I'd probably write the 7 and the 8 in. Oh no, it doesn't. It looks like I don't. What am I going to do? I'm going to pencil mark some 1s. And I do pencil mark the 7 or the 8. Oh, look at all the colouring I could do in box 8. Come on, Simon, do the colouring in box 8. No, I'm still... There we go. That's what that's been available. And okay, that's good. I think around now what I decide to do is to have a domino of colour for the other type of 2-8 or 3-7, whatever it's going to prove to be. So I describe that as pinkle and red. And that actually can get sprinkled round an awful lot of the grid, even if I can't disambiguate the individual cells of it. Yeah, that's all good stuff. And I note it's a deadly pattern there between boxes 2 and 5 on the pinkle red pairs. Yeah, okay, so that's good. I've spotted that we can... Oh yes, and now I had a little bit... I thought I was having an epiphany because I wondered about whether red was going to be definitely off the Ren ban, because I could see in box 3 it was on the right hand side, but then I realised row 1, column 6 could be red, so I couldn't assume red was off the Ren ban. Okay, I'm just carrying on with my colouring now. In fact, look, that double green pair is resolvable. Yeah, which I do notice. Well done, past me. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing now. I really have no recollection what I was thinking about. I think I should look at row 8. Row 8 looks very propitious to me. Come on, Simon, look at row 8. You've practically done it. Oh, and I did look at it. Well done. Yeah, so that's going to be a 9, I think. You can see there's a 4 in the row that's going to resolve the 4 and the 6. Okay. And yeah, we can do some 9s, can't we? Can't we do some Sudoku on 9s? It doesn't look like I'm looking there. Well, I'm looking at Sudoku on 9s in box 3, but a much better place to look would be, I think, in box 7. Come on, Simon, you can do it. No, apparently I can't. Oh yeah, 4 in the corner, well done. Yeah, that's straightforward Sudoku. That's going to give me a 6, look. It's going to give me a pinkle. Am I going to spot the pinkle? Come on, spot the pinkle. Spot the pinkle. Box 9's pinkle. Oh yes, now here what I was noticing is that you couldn't make that a 6-4 pair, because row 2, column 2 would have to have been a 10 if you did that, because you've got this double 5 pair on the 10 line, and then a 3-cell segment. And then I was noticing that if Marty Sears was involved in this puzzle, that 3-cell segment in box 1 and sort of going into box 4 would have been a 4-4-2 segment, because Marty would have thought that was funny. Oh, well, there we go. I've got the Pinkle in box 9 at long last. Now, what am I going to do with that? I'm now noticing, I think, that either red or Pinkle is definitely entirely off this Renban. And I thought I might be able to do something with that. Well, no, I didn't have this thought. I was having it now, but I don't think I can do anything with that, can I? I was suddenly wondering if that prevented it from being 3-7, but it doesn't. So, well done, previous me, for not even entertaining that thought, or if I did, I realised it was silly. Yeah, I think I've still got that 9 in box 7 that I should be considering, haven't I? I haven't done that yet. Oh yes, I was noting that that green digit in row 1, column 7 couldn't be on the Renban, and I was wondering if that meant something. I think I worked out. No, I didn't. No, I didn't work it out. Oh look, I've put the 9 in now. That's good. Well done, Simon. I found a 4-9 pair in box 3, which I don't know what that does. That make that a green digit, the other one? Oh yeah, that's very important actually. The green, you can see in column 8, I need one more green digit, and it's going to be there, and I know exactly what its high-lowerty is. That must go with a. That's the 7 and the 8 in row 2, column 8. And that, I don't know if I'll notice it immediately, but you can see you can place that lime green 2-3 in box 1. But I might do the Sudoku at the bottom of column 7 and 8 first. Let's see if that's what I do. Now I'm obviously thinking about the Renban. Ah, there we go. I don't think that advances us very far, but that's something that it was necessary to do. And eventually what I need to do, just to give you a sneak preview, is I need to have the thought that I might need to consider this 10 line in box 1 a little bit further. When am I going to do that? Is it now? I can certainly see I can do lime green before that. Okay, now this is when I'm doing it. So I'm saying it's a 3-cell segment, and if row 4, column 1 is a 4, then it's going to need 2 more digits that sum to 6, which are going to have to be a 4-2 pair, and I know the order. Whereas if row 4, column 1 is a 6, I need 4 more, so it's going to be a 1-3 pair, and I know the order of that as well. And then I have, I think, probably the crucial thought, which is that whichever of those options is true, this row 2, column 2, row 3, column 2 stub, that domino there, definitely has a 2 or a 3 in it. And I know the colour of it because I know that lime green's already appeared in column 2 already. So what I should be doing, I think I do this, is I'm going to put a red flash into that domino. And yes. And then things start to progress again, because all of a sudden we can do a bit more colouring. And you can see I can now put this red digit into the row 9, column 1 corner and give ourselves a chance of a 3. Okay, and then I can put the 7 and the 8 in, also very nice. It's going to give me the 6 in row 9, column 2. And I think I do notice that, and I put the 6 in box 1 as a result. So not the most useless Sudoku skills that I've ever displayed in my life. Now, okay, so it looks like I finally noticed that lime green is available. Come on, Simon, put the lime green in. Yeah. And at some point soon, yes, and it's now, I noticed that the top of column 1 is a 7-8-9 triple. And that's a very important thing. I notice that that's going to have to be the Pinkel digit. But look, I don't know if I do it immediately, but the key thought we have to have here is, where is dark green in box 1? Because you can see by Sudoku it's a 7 or an 8, so it's going to be part of that 7, 8, 9 triple. And we can see exactly where it goes. And the moment I see that, the puzzle will actually unwind. It's an absolutely beautiful puzzle, this. And I do make that point. I'm not sure how many times during this hiatus in the sound, but it really is a beautiful puzzle. The whole idea of the it was a fairly simple idea that you couldn't repeat the same pairing on 4 different cone times, but it took me ages to see it. There we go. Look, I've spotted that where dark green goes now. That's going to give me a 9, which is going to force 9 off the Renban on the other side and a 4 onto it. There we go. And now you can see that 4 is looking at row 3, column 2. And that literally is the last bit of logic I think that we have to do to finish the puzzle. It is, because that 3 is telling us lime green is 2. Look how excited I am. Good for me. So we get all of those. I get all of the 8s as well. We now know that Pinkel, the red, is 3, 7. And it's simply a matter of following through on the logic. And there's a couple of deadly patterns to be unwound. Oh, and I get, look, a 3 in the corner. And the 3 in the corner has disappeared. You'll see me sing it. And that's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Yeah. And from here, it's simply a matter of unwinding the Sudoku. Yeah, 3, 7. I don't know what I'm thinking about here, but I shouldn't be thinking about very much. Yeah, I think we're there, aren't we? Yeah, the 4, 6 deadly pattern is resolved by the 10 line in box 1. That needs a 6 on it, look, to complete it. 6, 6, 4, 4. And then we need to complete the Renban in box 3, which is the final step. You can see it doesn't yet have a 7 on it, but it does have a 6 and an 8. So to be continuous, it needs to have, to be a consecutive sequence, it needs that 7. We can do that, we can fill them in. And then, of course, I will spend a moment or two making sure the colours all work. But Jeff, it's a fantastic puzzle. It really is a fantastic puzzle, actually. An absolute delight from start to finish. And I enjoyed it mightily, and I hope that comes across in my expression, if not in my voice, which you can now hear, a future Simon. And well, thank you very much if you stuck with this video. Let me know. Drop me a comment and tell me, yes, I was still there listening to you recapitulate what earlier Simon said. Yeah, drop a kind comment. We'd appreciate that, or I'd appreciate it today. What a dreadful day. And yeah, we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Bye now.